get any sleep?
I don't remember. Maybe a little.
Still thinking about it?
Yeah, I can't stop thinking about it. I mean, when I heard Greenlee say that she wanted Ryan's baby, I was sure that she was talking about Spike. I had no idea that she meant her own baby with Ryan. How would I know that?
Well, if I would have told you, you would have known.
I still can't believe that you actually let Greenlee think that her embryos had survived.
Well, there was one reason for that. I wanted to get her out of fusion and out of our lives. Didn't anticipate this.
What? Me losing my mind?
Losing your mind, you're protecting your kids.
Zach, Greenlee is in jail. I put her there. I made it look like she kidnapped Spike, but she didn't want Spike. She didn't want to take him. All she wanted was to be my friend again. Of all the things you could have done.
Yeah, it was cruel. But Greenlee wouldn't have given up fusion for anything less.
Okay, I'm all for making Greenlee pay, but trading one baby for the other?
Well, it's either that or she'd go on tormenting you.
So when did you approach Greenlee with this deal?
I didn't approach her. Junior did.
Been working with JR?
No, Junior worked for me.
Oh, I don't care.
And I don't want you thinking
Zach.
for 1 second that I've forgotten what he did to you. But in order for Greenlee to buy this deal, I had to have someone who she'd never think could be one of my allies. And for the record, Junior said he wanted to help to make it up to you.
All right, don't even get me started on JR, please. Do you realize what we put Greenlee through? I mean, when she said that she wanted things to be the way that they were, the way they were supposed to be, she wasn't talking about making Spike hers.
No.
No, and then when she said that she wanted us to have babies together and have a sibling for Spike, I thought that she was losing her mind. But she wasn't. She didn't, I mean, she didn't want Spike, and I really felt that Spike was at risk.
I wanted to keep you safe and sane. Because I didn't want to lose my wife, and I didn't want my boys to lose their mother. So something had to give. And that something is Greenlee.
The more I think about what Greenlee has been through, the more it really bothers me.
We both offered her something that she desperately wanted. Neither one of us had any intention of giving it to her.
Yes, I know that, but Zach, those embryos meant everything to her, and
this
it
is
nearly
not a
killed her.
competition as to who had the worst plan. I'm trying to tell you why I did what I did.
God, she must have been looking for a surrogate.
Kendall.
No, she told me. She tried to tell me about this. She was so excited about the thought of finally having her own child. She just wanted someone to tell it to. It all makes sense now. And can you imagine how she must have been feeling? All those hopes and dreams that she had for that child?
She wasn't planning on having a baby.
You don't know that.
I do know that. She said no. Real or not, she didn't want those embryos.
No, I will never believe that, Zach. Never. She couldn't have said no.
Well, that's what I thought. Junior went, he made the offer, and she did say no. Said she didn't want to have Ryan's baby anymore and that she'd moved on.
So Greenlee actually moved on, and I was the one stuck in the past.
Oh, you weren't alone.
I was the one who misunderstood Greenlee. How could I get this so wrong? She didn't want Spike. She'd put everything behind her.
Look at me.
No, if I had just left her alone, we would have gotten our wish. She would have been out of our hair and she would have been away from us forever, finally. But no, I had to set her up, and now she's in jail because of that. Does she know? Zach, does she know what we did? Is she sitting behind those bars fully aware that I betrayed her and that you set her up?
Just stop, please.
Stop shutting me down, Zach. Just answer me. Is Greenlee fully aware of what we did? That we baited her with the two things that she cared about the most?
See what she's doing to you?
That's not an answer.
I'm not trying to answer anything. I'm trying to explain something to you. When Greenlee left Pine Valley, she crushed you. When she came back to Pine Valley, she crushed you again. But no matter how hideous her crimes, you always find some kind of thing where you can feel sorry for her. What is that? I don't want you to have to deal with that. That's why I want her gone. I don't want you to have to deal with whatever she drags up.
Okay, but the embryos? I mean,
forget about that for a second. She drove you to get a gun and fake airplane tickets. She made you make yourself pass out, and she was holding Spike. So forget about the embryos. You wanted her gone as much as I did.
Yes, but Zach, she didn't.
She did! She hurt Spike. I don't know you haven't forgotten that. That woman has dug a big hole for herself, and she will not drag you in it with her.
Yes, I was married to Greenlee. And yes, she is a liar.
She stole my son.
She tried to kill Spike.
My baby can't hear because of Greenlee's selfishness.
It is true. My daughter is selfish.
She's evil.
She's disgusting.
Yeah, I think you should put her away.
Lock her up
Put her
forever.
away and lock her up.
I hate her.
I hate her. I have to go see her.
Really? No, you're not.
No, you can't stop me.
The hell I can't. I made a promise to you and to our boys that I would protect you always. You're not gonna run out of your half-cocked and run to some woman and apologize for something where she almost ruined our lives. We're gonna stick together and we're gonna get our story straight.
Yes, but I can't forget what we've done, Zach. She was backing down. None of this had to happen. We did this to her. We did this to each other.
What the hell did you do?
Precious, precious angel. You're getting stronger and more beautiful every day. You're going home soon. Home to your mommy, who'll move heaven and earth to keep you safe. Kendall fought like a tiger to protect your big brother from Greenlee. Now it's my turn to fight for her. I'll do whatever it takes to protect her. That's how families survive.
What the hell did you do? Tell me.
Should take it down a notch.
Don't try to manage me.
You're not home. Hey, use your Indo voice, all right?
I'm not going anywhere until you two come clean.
Meaning what?
Meaning, I was just at the jail and I saw Greenlee. And she had a lot to say about the two of you.
I can imagine.
She had some pretty big allegations involving you and your wife, and I want the truth.
What truth is that? That Spike is safe, or that you should be relieved?
She said that you two set her up.
I see.
And you know, I didn't believe her at first. But then part of the story kind of backed up on me. The part that was so over the top that not even Greenlee could make it up. Her embryos, Zach. The embryos that you destroyed in the blackout that you caused. Did you trick her into thinking that you still had them? Did you use them as bait to reel her in?
You tell me.
Look, I know you're not a choir boy, Zach, and you never were, but could you be that cruel? So Greenlee is telling the truth. You tricked her into thinking that her embryos were still around.
I'm not interested in discussing Greenlee or her threats or her claims.
No,
or
you don't
feelings.
get off that easy, Zach. You crossed a whole new line here, even for you.
She crossed a lot of lines herself, didn't she?
Yeah, but you didn't just make a clean attack on Greenlee. You used me to do it. You worked her dreams for my child.
My dreams are not reality, Ryan.
What if I told you that Ethan was still alive, that somebody else was buried there, and that with my help, you could find him? I mean, how sadistic would that make
Ryan,
me?
just stop
Are
it.
you equating my son with Greenlee's fertilized eggs?
No, I'm talking about losses here, Zach. Life-altering losses. People, hopes, and dreams. I mean, you know what Greenlee and I went through. How could you possibly bring either one of us back there again?
That is a very sad story you're telling yourself. You're leaving out a big part of it. where a little boy was hurt by Greenlee.
You don't have to tell me what she did to my son.
What I'm telling you is what I'm doing for my family. And right now, my family includes your son.
So you admit it then?
Admit what? Did I want Greenlee in prison? No, I would have settled for her leaving town.
Yeah, I would have settled for that too.
There you go. I took my best shot. You should be thanking me.
And what about you? You okay with this? I mean, knowing what it meant to Greenlee to have my child. Was it that much fun pretending to be her friend again, snapping and watching her jump?
Ryan, you don't understand what I was doing.
You don't have to explain yourself. It's not necessary.
No, I'm just, is that how you feel? Using one of the most painful periods of our life just so Greenlee would rot.
No, you're right. You know what we should do? Let's erect a statue in her honor, with the kidnapped child in one hand and you bleeding heart in the other. Why don't we do that?
You hooked Greenlee using me and your phony embryo trail, and you trapped her using my son. And if the truth comes out, he grows up with his mother in prison. You claim to cherish your children more than anything else.
Claim?
You knowingly put Spike's future at risk by
Back off.
Back off. Spike's entire life depends on this. No little boy should grow up with his mother in maximum security.
And that's not gonna happen.
It is gonna happen. If the truth gets exposed, that is what is gonna happen. Spike will grow up without his mother, and so will Ian. Where do you stand?
I stand by my wife. I'll protect her. She didn't do anything wrong.
Stick to the story. That's your plan.
That's the plan.
Spike is awake. Don't make this any worse, please.
I shouldn't have to tell you this, but don't threaten my wife.
I'm not afraid of you, Zach, so you can spare the tough guy routine. The truth is the threat, not me. And don't ever pull anything like that on me or Greenlee again.
Greenlee, you really want to do this, you and me?
What do you got for me, Zach? What? Your personal theory of justice.
I got this. And one night, the evil woman took the little boy and drove off into the darkness, away from his father, his mother, and his home. And the next thing he remembered was waking up at the bottom of a ravine, covered in blood, shrouded in silence.
Shut up.
That is where my personal theory of justice comes in. What about you? You okay with what Greenlee did to you, to us? You okay with that? I haven't even told you about cutting his head open and putting it in.
Enough!
It is enough! It's all we talked about in the hospital, you and me, night after night, watching our boys fight for their lives. We said it's enough. But it isn't, is it? Now you want to make sure that their mother goes away too, right?
That's not what I said. That is not what I said. If Kendall gets caught, if Spike grows up without his mother, that's not going to be because of me. That's going to be because you two put everything on the line for revenge.
Revenge? Very tempting, but for the most part, it's not worth it. You know what is worth it? What is worth it every time is making sure that predators stay away from your wife and your children. And I thought you understood that. You put the noose around Richie's neck.
Which accomplished absolutely nothing.
Right. Richie's still out there. Greenlee isn't. You know why? One noose was better than the other. It doesn't matter, whatever. You know what? Let's just agree to disagree. We do have one thing in common. You, me, Annie, Kendall. We want the best for our kids.
This is not settled, Sam.
It's settled. Spike seems happy. And we'll keep him happy, won't we?
Yes, we will. Despite the odds stacked against him by the two of you.
Spike's dinner's ready.
Pasta, his favorite.
Oh, yum. It's his dad's favorite, too, by the way.
Look, Ryan, if you think this is easy for me, it's not.
And I'm supposed to feel sorry for you?
You don't think Kendall suffered at all? You want to see the list again?
No, I know the list by heart.
Doesn't cut ice with you, huh?
People are gathering evidence. Some of it could lead to the two of you, and now I am forced to cover for you and send an innocent woman to prison.
And you think that's a bad thing?
And you don't, Zach, and that is the difference between you and me.
Hello?
Kendall, can you live with what you're doing to my daughter?
I can't do this right now.
Listen to me. Greenlee has given up. She plans to plead guilty.
Why?
Why? Because you've crushed her. That's why. Now I ask you again, can you live with yourself?
It's her decision.
Kendall, search your conscience. Because my daughter's life is over unless you step up and do the right thing. I'm not attacking you. I'm begging you, do not turn your back on Greenlee. Look, I love you like you're my own daughter, and I know that you're a good person.
This is not really a good time.
Look, I understand that you're afraid. I understand that. I will help you, okay? I will represent you. Have you ever known me to break my word?
Who is that?
I've got it.
You're not alone.
You know what? Can we do this later?
There is no later. There is no later. Greenlee's arraignment is in a half an hour. Will you be there?
I have to go.
Who was that?